The Attorney General's report released today on Representative Durham is about one individual's repulsive and unacceptable misconduct. This behavior will not be tolerated. We can learn from this report and work harder to ensure the Tennessee General Assembly is a safe place to work and visit. Representative Durham's fate is now the decision of the voters of his district. In my opinion, Representative Durham's conduct, as described in the report, does not reflect the conservative values that the citizens of the 65th District should expect and deserve from their representation. I have taken decisive action, doing all I could within the constitutional bounds of law. As Speaker, I cannot hire or fire members of the General Assembly. That determination is made by the voters. Had an employee engaged in this appalling behavior, I would have terminated their employment. In addition to calling on Representative Durham to resign many times, I formed the bipartisan ad hoc committee in order to conduct this investigation. After the preliminary report was issued by the Attorney General, I removed Representative Durham's office from the Legislative Plaza, limited its access to the legislative buildings, and ensured that he did not meet with anyone alone in order to protect the workforce. I also initiated and have approved a rewrite of our workplace harassment policy with input from the private sector, public sector, academia, and a representative of the Press Association. The new policy will be implemented swiftly, and along with its implementation will be the requirement for all members of the House of Representatives and staff to undergo training in workplace harassment. I ask that the privacy of the victims and witnesses in this report be respected. Retaliation against those who bravely came forward to share what happened to them will not be tolerated. In the same vein, anyone who politicizes this issue is doing a disservice to the victims. We need to do all we can to ensure victims that they can come comfortable forward and have the expectation that their willingness to do so will not be used as political fodder. I appreciate the work of this bipartisan committee and especially the Attorney General on this matter, and I am confident that we will move forward as a stronger body. With that, if you have any questions for the committee, they're present.
Speaker, knowing what you know and after reading this report, aren't you a little concerned about the safety of women at the legislature in the event that Durham is reelected?
Well, we don't know that that will happen, but I will say if you read the report, you will see that this is really an isolated incident, that most all the victims that came forward and talked, they were asked the question, is this typical behavior on the part of the legislature? And consistently the response was, it is not.
But if he is reelected,
if he is reelected, he will remain outside of this office complex and have very limited access just for meetings, and I will not allow him to meet with any personnel alone.
Madam Speaker, do you have a message for the people of the 65th District? We've been hearing about that coming up. It's their decision, but
it's an important date on the calendar. It's called Election Day, and I think this report should be read by the voters of that district. I have made clear my opinion on Representative Durham.
Speaker, if he is elected, could you all take this report and present this to the 110th General Assembly and expel him? And would that be, if he were just elected, would that be a consideration? Or?
The chairman of the committee might better answer that, but my legal advice has been no.
Speaker, in this report, one of the lobbyists said that a legislator's sexual advances is merely a part of a female lobbyist's job. How do you respond to that? Obviously, maybe it's not isolated.
No, it's wrong, and that shouldn't be the case, and I won't tolerate it.
Speaker, you knew about some of these behaviors long before the Tennessean investigation made Durham's actions public. Why no action before then?
No one came and made any formal report to me. I never had someone come to my office and talk to me about something. However, I had heard rumors, allegations some time ago, and I sent our human resource personnel over to his office to tell him to get his act together and stop it.
Speaker, what is the protocol?
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
What is the protocol if no formal report is filed? If rumors or allegations, someone comes to you with allegations, on page 19 it says that someone talked to the Director of Legal Administration about a certain text message. What would be the reaction to or non-formal, informal complaint?
If a complaint, formal or informal, came to me, I would have taken action and did not come to my office. Anything else for any of our committee members?
Is this an exercise in futility?
Absolutely not. This may be one of the few times in his life he has been held accountable. This will be made public.
Where's Representative Spivey? Why isn't he joining in on this?
He did not sign the report. I think Representative Spivey felt strongly that it should not be made public.
One of his comments was that some of these victims may be very identifiable based on some of the context clues here. Do you have any concerns about people being able to identify some of these people and, trying to seek retribution?
I absolutely am concerned with that, and that's why in my statement I said to the press, please respect the privacy of these people. Don't attempt to find out who they
But
are.
what more are you going to do to protect and ensure that nothing bad happens to them? They've already been through this ordeal.
That was one of the ad hoc committee's concerns. When we got the report from the Attorney General, we didn't have any problem agreeing upon what was contained in the report. We spent several hours discussing how we best avoid those people from becoming victims again. And so we redacted everything we thought would not take away from the facts of the report, and we just urge people not to be trying to figure out who those people are, because it's so unfair to them. They were brave in stepping forward and providing this information.
In this report, there are more than 60 people mentioned. A lot of them are lobbyists, it says interns or other people in the legislature, and all of these people seem to know what was going on, and then it lists 3 or 4 lawmakers at the end who said they had no idea about the conduct. Do you really believe that that's true?
The investigation was done by the Attorney General's office. It was a good investigation, and we haven't questioned that.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to question the investigation. I'm questioning whether or not you believe lawmakers didn't know about the conduct when apparently dozens of lobbyists and interns and other staffers apparently did know about conduct.
Well, I can tell you, I didn't know anything about it, and I don't know who did.
Do you think that just means that some of these people don't trust either coming to the human resources or coming to their bosses or anybody to come to at this point?
I think after you read the report, this speaks for itself. You'll have answers to your questions.
Chairman, could you briefly summarize again why a special session can't be brought to deal with this issue? What are the bounds of law that can't move the situation forward or move an expulsion?
I think it would be very difficult to get members back into a special session.
So there will be no attempt to try?
We didn't recommend that, no.
Why not?
Simply because I don't think we can get them back for a special session.
Got time for about one
Is
more.
that because he still has support among at least a third of the lawmakers?
We'll see how much support he has after they read the facts in this report.
All right, thank you all very much. Appreciate it.